Very good morning to all. I hope all are fine. So happy to see you. Very good morning. Okay, so today is the day four for is it audible? Day four for Spring Boot, Spring and Spring Boot. Okay, so is it audible? Anyhow, okay, I have shared the screen. Can you able to see the screen? Yeah, three things. Can you able to see the screen? Can you hear my voice and my view? That's it. Okay, fine. Okay, so mm, okay. Last 3 days completely, completely we have seen about Spring and Spring Boot. You know, today actually we are going to see the Spring Boot in depth, but this time actually as per the plan, not only for Spring Boot, we need to make interaction with. We are going to interact. Integrate our Spring Boot to React. Okay. So normally, I know about Angular, but React, that's okay. I have learned something, so I have done. Uh, okay, but before that, actually, the thing is actually when you go today, actually, completely our session is full stack development. Normally, people will say full stack developer. What is full stack developer? The person who should know front end and back end everything. Nowadays, even you can call full stack developer not only for development, they will do some operation also. What kind of operations? Some CI/CD like DevOps related things. How to maintain the Jenkins, Docker. These are all things. No need, but I'm telling. So as a full stack developer, so many responsibility will be there. Okay, sir. But our students are completely learning HTML, CSS, JS. Then how they get all the content? That is the initial stage actually. Because of today, we are going to see how to connect between Spring Boot and React. But before you study about Spring Boot, we should be very thorough with the Java and all the things. And React, we should be very thorough with the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So I can say this is the full stack. Okay, small info. We can go for the whiteboard now. Okay. So almost 3 days actually. Yesterday, what are the topic we have seen? If you tell the topic, it will be really helpful for me to go for other things. Can you tell me in Spring Boot what are the topic we have seen? So Spring Boot, how it's working and everything we have seen. So anyone? Is it audible, guys? Yeah, Spring Boot MVC and the last topic. It's a very well, that is a very important topic we have seen. Spring Data GPA. Thank you, ma'am. Actually, Spring MVC we have seen and Spring Data JPA. So I have given the idea about a Spring Data JPA. Okay. So today actually we have completed some CRUD application yesterday. We got some output. That's okay, fine. But still, we need to get more info. How it's working. What is the possibility to connect with the front end and all the things. That is complete session. We are going to see about how to make a Spring Boot app and how to create a React app, how to make a connection. Yeah. Okay. Before go for the thing, I want to ask one small question with you. Normally, what is connection? How will you connect? So if I want to connect with you, one medium will be there. Okay. If I want to, I'm a Java. I want to connect with the database, one medium will be there, JDBC driver. But this time, I'm completely connecting with a different person. Okay. Not me. Actually, I'm Java, but I'm Spring Boot. I want to connect with the React. So how it's possible? Two different applications they are going to connect. API. Jaira thought, thank you. That is API. Everything is API. Okay, here API is the main role. API nothing but I am talking. I'm something I'm teaching to you how I am communicating because of through some language, English or Tamil or a Hindi. So here API for any interaction API will be there. Client, I am a client. I want to interact my server. Okay, I need to give API to Spring Boot. I'm a client. I want to interact with my UI part. Okay, that is also API. So two kind of a lot of API will be there. Okay, for even I'm a client, I need to connect with the Spring Boot or I need to connect with the front end or back end. Everything is API. Then it will be very easy because of front end also I'm going to use one API, back end also I'm going to one API, so I can make a connection. That is the thing today. I plan to give that demo for you. Okay. Sometime I will get a headache. That's what I put. So I will remove. Fine. Okay. So small things I will draw here. Okay. Fine. Okay, sir. I know how to create a Spring Boot app. Okay. Fine. Okay, how to create a React app? That is a completely, we need to see separate, sessions. But I will tell. Consider this is a React app. Okay, fine. I will spend some time initially. Then later I will, get that real, fast. So here I can say it's a, a React or any UA, not only for React. You can use any kind of framework like Angular or React, any kind of framework you can use. Okay, if you don't know anything, just we can create by using the JSP, or if you don't know JSP, or we can create by HTML, CSS, JS. Okay, but okay, how to make a connection? Okay, okay. Jay Rathod told that actually APIs are through the API only. We need to make a connection. API nothing but this is that. Actually, this is API. Everything, whatever URL you are seeing, it's a API because of it's a completely we are connecting with the internet. Okay, in internet I am connecting with you through the language, but internet how will you connect? Only URL. Without URL, nothing is possible. Through the URL, I am sitting here, but I can connect in US or any kind of country. So we need API. Fine. But how front end and back end will get the identifications? So connecting. So yesterday, if you see, actually, we have seen about the last topic. So Spring Data JPA. I told about what is the real difference between controller and REST controller. Okay. Then if you take a REST API, actually REST API is a very important thing here. Okay. So consider this is a REST API. I will draw inside or I will write. Actually, in Spring Boot, I have mentioned my REST API. Okay. Through the REST API, actually, this is a REST API. Consider REST API nothing but whenever you are using the REST controller, that is a REST API. I need to make a connection. This time, okay, I'm using the Postman. Yesterday I have used the Postman. If you see, okay, yesterday I was using the Postman because of I don't know how to create React. I was using completely the Postman. Okay, fine. But this Postman is only for testing, but I need proper UA. Okay, as per the requirement, I need proper UA. How can I make it? Okay, you can consider this is also UA. I can easily open the Postman. I can easily connect with the Spring Boot. But this time, what I'm going to do? So I will create a React UA. But whatever application we are creating, it will run in a separate port. Okay, are you agree with me? It will run in a separate port. Whatever application you are creating, it will run in a separate port nothing but it's so whenever we are working with that network, I need to communicate with a different host, so I need some port. Okay, normally how you are injecting pen drive, you can say that particular hole is a port. Okay, I need to make a connection, but here it's a completely software port. The people are giving some number for a Tomcat. What is the port number? For Tomcat, what is the port number? 8080 default. You can use other port number also. For React also, we have some port number. So normally a default port number, if you work with the React, you will understand 300. So here my front end is working, my back end is working here, my React is working here. But I don't know about the React UA, anything I don't know because I'm a Spring Boot. I don't know about React UA, who is that, nothing I know, but I know one thing. I know about his port. Okay, so I know about his port, which port this React is running. Okay, then I need to inform. Okay, I need to inform to my Spring Boot. Hey man, I'm using your port. Okay, because of anyhow React UA is a client part. Okay, understand? Listen carefully. React UA is a client part. Okay, First, when whatever application you are creating, first user will interact with only UI only. This is UI part. Okay. Okay. That suppose if my UI part is running this port, local host. Okay. Like simply I'm writing, not exactly. So 8080 something. Okay, or 9090. This is a default port or 9090. Sorry. For this one, I can say it's a 3000. But I don't know about React, but I know about this port, which port it's running, like, application name. So some app I'm running. Okay. So like this. Okay. So one thing I will do, anyhow, I have created the Spring Boot. Here I'm using the REST controller. Okay. REST controller, not REST. Okay. REST controller. But the REST controller, actually, I will draw here. Consider this is a REST controller, which is available inside my Spring Boot. Okay. Actually, I need to draw inside my Spring Boot square, but for understanding, REST, okay, controller. What is the role of this REST controller? Actually, whenever a user is giving that URL, it will give the response. But this time, user is giving the request from not Postman. This time, user is going to give the response from React UI. Okay, listen carefully. Not from here. Okay, but user is going to give the response from here. Here, actually, directly we are using the port of this Spring Boot. But here, it is completely front end application is working on different port. How the REST controller will identify? Okay, how the REST controller will identify? How I am maintaining all the URL in my Spring Boot by using the REST controller API or REST API. Same way, React UI, when you work with the React UI, you need to, you need to install some libraries. Okay, these libraries will handle all the UI. Okay, can anyone say what is the library name? It's very, already if you are having the experience, you can easily tell. What is the library name? So much of things will be there, but normally we will use this library for making a connection between front end and back end. So I need to install one library for my front end. Can you tell me the name of this library? Anyone? Okay. Uh, the name of the library is Axios. Okay. So don't think that I'm spending so much of time. Okay, writing the code, executing it will be very easy. Copy, paste, and just execute. But the thing is, it will be some. If you are studying alonely, you need to spend more time. That's what I'm, spending some time drawing picture in the whiteboard. Don't mistake me. We have enough time. We will complete. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so REST controller is there, but React UI, that's okay. But we need to install. I need to make a connection between here to here. Okay, but I don't know how to connect. I am getting the help of Axios. Okay, what is that Axios? Axios is nothing but it's one of the library. Just we need to install some features. That's it. It's not a tool. Oh, you have to create the React project. Then you have to add this Axios. You have to install this Axios library. Okay. What is the main role of this Axios? Okay. Okay. I told that whether it's a front end or back end, both are running in that API. If you want to make a connection, if you want to make a connection to Spring Boot, okay, or your backend, okay, directly it's not possible. I need to get the help of Axios. Okay, so Axios nothing but it's mainly used for making a connection to backend. Okay, this is, I can say it's a backend. Okay, don't confuse. This is a backend and this is a front end. Okay. Okay, sir, this is the front end. Fine. Okay, first step is I need to create the React object. I mean a React project. Once you create the React project, you have to create so many components. You know about the React very well. So if you want, I will tell. So React nothing but it's a framework. What is the real usage of React is, previously when we are developing, website, web page by HTML, CSS, JS, it's like, tightly coupled. So lot of difficulties will be there. So what I'm doing in React, I can maintain all the, web pages like a separate component. Okay. or web pages. If you take one web pages, if you see the neighbor or one particular story or one particular image, whatever you want to work with separately, you can make it a component. It's a group of component. I can say it's a website. Okay, everything will be the component. Okay, this is separate part. Actually we need to spend another 1 or 2 weeks to, I mean 1 week is enough to study this React. But I'm telling the what are the glimpse, I'm telling the glimpse of this, what is React. It's a group of component based. So if you take one web page or website, we are thinking that it's a single thing. No, not like that. Combination of all the component is here, website. Okay, leave it, that is separate thing. But here, actually, I'm going to install first. First step is I need to create React project. Okay. Okay, React project I need to create. Fine. Then, okay, this is not a simple project because of I'm going to connect with my Spring Boot. If I want to make a connection with the Spring Boot, I need one help. So I'm installing one library, that is Axios. Okay. Once I installing the library, okay, Axios is the helper to connect it, but we need to inform what is the port. Okay, I told that this is the port of this UA. If you take what is the backend port, normally backend will work like this. So in my application, okay, I have given 900, but normally the default port is for a Tomcat. Okay, so localhost like sorry, localhost. So 8080. This is the default for my application. I have given so 9,000. Okay, so like this I have given API something. Okay, my application name I have given item something. So I need to inform. Axios provides so many features by using the Axios. Just I'm telling, hey man, I need to connect with the Spring Boot. Just I need to inform. Please get the response of. Okay, I need to inform this particular URL. Okay, what is the URL? 9,000. Here I'm simply writing. This is not the original thing or understanding I'm writing. Okay, I'm informing a Axios. I need to connect with the port number 9,000. Okay, then another question. Okay, you are going to connect with the thing. How will you work? Because of first you have to create the backend. Okay, then you need to start. Then you can make a front end. You have to start. When you make a connection, both the application has to run. Okay, because of then only it's possible to make a connection between both the port. Okay, so these are the two port. I need to make a connection. One port is running in port number 9,000. So sorry, this one. Another UAE part is this is a front end and back end. Back end is running this port and front end is running this port. I don't know about back end. I'm a front end. I don't know about the back end. I'm a back end. I don't know about the front end. But both have separate helper. In back end we have REST controller. REST controller is a person will handling all the API, and the front end we have we have created. But when you want to connect with the back end, we have Axios library. Through the Axios we will we are going to use some method. We need to make a connection with the Spring Boot. Once it's a make the connection, okay, whatever request, okay, suppose if I am asking this backend, hey, consider this is one class, actually product or item. I need to fetch some content from you. Okay, I'm a front end. I'm the PC. I'm working here. Okay, so I open this particular web page by using the React JS. Okay, no need. I'm trying. Okay, okay. I'm the consider this is the React. Just I'm informing by this port. I'm informing. Okay, I need to connect with this backend. Then immediately it will fetch the content. Okay, yes, so there's that picture is completely little bit complex. I don't want to draw again and again. That's what. Sorry. This picture is consider is a backend. Okay, backend. Okay. Automatically here I'm going to use small method only, whether it's my connection is working or not. So it will fetch some content. Okay, product one, product two, product three. So because of we, by using the Axios, I'm connecting with this particular backend. Automatically, this response will come. We can able to see all the content in our front end. Okay, very small step only. I have given the detailed things. Okay, this is a core thing. today we are going to develop. This is the only plan today for our session. Actually, I need to create one backend and front end. I need to make a connection. Okay. After that, I will give another one project for with a big project, a small extra a little bit info, extra things will be there. Okay. So maybe you are thinking that these are all the picture. Okay. But once you get a real glimpse of this particular picture, I'm sure it will be very easy to understand the practical things. So okay, as usual, I'm asking this one. Did you get the things? Okay. So till now, whatever we explained, yeah, thank you. Okay. Um, okay, fine. So already I told that you know I'm asking the question only for understanding only. Whatever response, that's okay. Okay. So don't think that oftenly I'm asking you whether you understand question. Don't think that. Listen, I'm also trainer because of later part. You guys are have to give the training to me for different new domains. So that is my behavior. Okay, fine. One thing, actually daily I will see my video 5 times. Okay, 5 times I will see what is the mistake. I will focus first. I will correct it. If you take my first classes now, often I will talk more. Now I reduced it. Okay. We can go for the topic. Okay, fine. Till now, through the whiteboard only I have worked. So what is the real real things about how it's working? Whatever I explained in the whiteboard, that's okay. Understanding the flow of this particular front end and back end. But when you want to get the proper real glimpse of, proper thing, content of this thing, we need to do practicals. Okay, fine. Okay, before go for the practicals, I want to show the PPT. Okay, so already you are familiar with this thing. Okay, I don't want to, confuse this one. These are all the yesterday we have given. Okay, what are the topic we have given? What is the difference between Spring and Spring Boot? But here, actually, when you creating the proper project, you need to maintain all the layer. But here it's for understanding. So what I will do, there is no logic. Okay, so simply I will create one UI, client React. This controller is a backend. Okay, I will create controller by Spring Boot. One model will be there. There is no service layer because of simply. Actually, I'm not writing any. I'm not going to write any logic. Just I need to create. I need to create one Spring Boot backend. Then I need to make a connection with the front end. Okay. Okay, we can go for the Spring Boot with the React. Okay, fine. I have taken some time. Another one picture. Whatever I have drawn in the whiteboard, same picture with the proper. I can say it's a professional picture with the proper content. Okay. So Spring Boot REST controller. We need to create the first. We need to start to create the Spring Boot backend. So we have to create one model. Model nothing but it's a Pojo class. A Pojo class nothing but it will contain the variables with the getter and setter method. If it is a big project, we need to create service or a DAO repository. But here, after model, I'm going to create only controller because of in this project, I need to get something from the data. That's it. There is no logic. So I'm not going to write a service and a repo. Or repo I will write, but I'm not going to write this service because of when my execute this particular project Spring Boot backend, one table will be created. In this table, I will insert some data. The mode of this project is whatever data I have inserted, the client will give the request to the React. Then React will communicate with the Spring Boot backend. Spring Boot backend will communicate with the database. It has to fetch the data from the database. That's it. Because of for understanding. Okay. When the first attempt also, I don't want to create a very big project. So here I am going to write a small thing. I need to fetch some data from the database. Okay. So controller, I will do small work. Okay. What is the work? Anyhow, client is going to interact with the React. Okay. I will create one component. In this component, the role of this component is it will display the all the items. Here I'm going to create one items group of item in the database. Okay, it will fetch the items. But before fetching, it need to connect with the Spring REST controller. So I will install. Okay. So actually, just a minute. Actually, I'm getting very important. Just a minute. Actually, I will not attend the call. My relative. Just a minute. Don't mistake me. My father. Okay. That's what. Don't mistake me. Okay. Sorry for the disturbance. Here, actually, what I told, that something will be missing now. That's what I will not always attend a phone call. Okay. So where is it? Yeah. So Spring REST controller, here I am going to define controller only. Okay, I will create one model and controller. That's it. Okay, when I execute this particular Spring Boot project, automatically table will be created in the MySQL database. How? If you answer this question, we can go for remaining thing. When I execute my Spring Boot project, automatically table is going to be created. What is the possibility? Yesterday we have seen about the last class. Without writing MySQL code, table will be created automatically. What is the possibility? Where can see this feature? Anyone? Anyone? The last topic we have seen now. So I will write only Java code, but automatically table will be created. How it's possible? Are you there, guys? Yeah, dependency. Fine. Actually, I'm not getting the voice. Anyone is getting the voice of? Yeah, absolutely correct, ma'am. I'm sorry, I'm unable to get your voice, but maybe second answer is correct, ma'am. Ma'am, actually JPA. Okay, what is the need of spending more time with writing the MySQL? So JPA. Okay, fine. That's what correct answer. So when I execute this particular Spring project, automatically table will be created. No need to worry about the table creation. The thing is, here in this particular example, I want to insert some data. Then, once it's running properly, maybe you can check with the Postman. Okay, then you need to create with a React front-end app. Here, it's not a very big thing. Just you need to create one component. Same. For I'm going to create one, product class here. The main of this particular component, item component, it will get in the help of Axios library. It will make a connection. Because of here inside the component itself, I have written all the logic. But normally, when you develop the project, you have to create separate service in the React. Service nothing but whenever you want to make a dependent injection or making a connection between the backend, you have to write. But it's a small code, so I have created only one. I will create only one component. That's it. Okay. Router also I'm not using because of only one component. I'm going to use a router, nothing but whenever you are creating more component, if you want to move from one component to other. In another technical way, I can say, whenever user is clicking the link will fetch a different page now. So have a link, like a have a link. That time a router will use. Router is a mainly used for a navigation. Okay, but I'm going to use only for component. That's it. Okay, so that's it. Yeah. Now this is the time we can go for the practical. Okay, till now I think completely I'm not touching any code, but we know how to connect with the front end and back end. What is the real working flow? I have created one document for us to make this particular thing. First I will do the small coding, then later we can go for the big thing. Okay, fine. What I told, better we can create this project. This project requirement, okay, client is not going to give client is not going to give anything to backend. Already table is created, some data will be there. Through the UA, through the React, I need to fetch some data. I have created some item. I need to fetch the data from my backend. Okay, fine. So better we can go for the Spring Boot. Okay, so I have created, but this particular small project, I like to create my own. Okay, so that's what I will create here. It will take some time, maybe another 10 to 15 minutes. Don't worry, we will complete. Okay, Spring Boot project. So I will give some number. Okay, because of sometime in which project you will get the confusion. So I will give this number. Yeah, I'm maintaining like group and artifact ID. Okay, so this is a package. So this is the artifact. Everything is fine. You know very well. I am working with the Java version. Listen, when you work with the Java 17, actually, when the header file, you have to, it's not like a, Java X dot. Okay, so it will, how can I say? some difference will be there. I will show you later. Okay, fine. Anyhow, this is a web project. So I take Spring Web and Spring Data JPE. And here I'm going to work with the MySQL only. So that's it. It's enough for you. This one actually dev tools mean whenever I made a correction, each and every time I need to run. But if you tick this one, no need to stop the server, no need to relaunch. Automatically it will stop and relaunch. Okay, fine. Yeah, now I need to before that just I want to confirm 1 second. Yeah. Okay, Spring Boot full stack. Okay, I will give other name. Same name will be there. So backend. Okay, it will be the correct name I'm thinking. So yeah. Next, yeah, fine. Just 1 minute, only 1 minute. I will come. Yeah. Okay. Now it will take another 1 minute for particular this making getting the dependencies. Only 1 minute I will come. So I brought some water. That's what I. Okay. Shall we start? Yeah. Okay. So where I have left. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. So actually, we are going to start with yeah. I have created the project. What is the name? Yeah, this one. Okay. So sometime I will struggle. So that's what I always maintain the number. Previously, I will work with more project. Which project? Today I will work later part. It will be very difficult. Better you can mention some whatever domain you are working. You can maintain like this. It will be very easy for you to later. Whenever you come refer the project later, it will be very easy to identify. Yeah. My project architecture is created. Okay. You know about very well what is a pom.xml. Everything you know. Fine. Okay, now I need to create one Pojo class. What is a Pojo class? Pojo class nothing but it's a one model. If you take this particular picture, I need to create one model, then I need to create controller, and I need to create one repository. Okay, I will do the same thing. So I will refer this document. Okay, so this is a document. So another one way we can create the project by Spring Initializer. But here we have created, so I want to create one model. Here the model name is item. Okay, nothing but the class name is item. It will have, this item is having two field, ID and name. Okay, so I will copy this one. Normally I need to create myself. Okay, no matter. So time is very less. That's what. Okay, yeah. Okay, so you can keep the same folder. Okay, because of it's a small project only, so I want to keep the same folder. I don't want to create a separate package. So I'm giving the name of my class is item. Yeah, fine. Okay, I have created. Now I'm pasting. Okay, so okay, now you are getting the error because of I have pasted, but there is no header file here. I need to add the header file. So control space, you can see. Okay, when you work with the Java 17, it will be Jakarta. But when you work with the earliest version, like 11, 8, so it will be Java X. Okay, don't confuse this error. Actually, I spent 3 days. I don't know what is the error. Even the code is writing. So when you work with the Java 17, 21, everything will be in Jakarta data, or if it is earliest version mean Java 8 mean Java dot Java X. Okay. Yeah, fine. Now I have added this header file and ID. Yeah. And yesterday Jay Rathod told the answer for this ID. So I don't want to ask the question. ID nothing but main usage of this ID is to generate in the primary key. Here, this is the primary key for unique identification. What is that? I can generate, I can, user can give the primary key or better, okay, this, if you give generated value like this, sometime the key will be generated automatically. Okay, so I need to add another one supporting file, header file. Yeah, generated value. Still it's error. What is the error? Yeah, okay, so this one. Yes, I have pasted. Now it's okay. Fine. Okay, but I have variables. But anyhow, I need to access this variable. Sometime I will give the value or I will get the value. So I need to create getter and setter. So I'm using, source, how to create the getter and setter. I select all, then I click the generate button. That's it. In this particular, this is a Pojo class. Pojo, nothing but it's a being class, I can say. It's a plain object. If I use this a name, if I create one object, it will be plain. Okay, what is the what is plain? ID and name will be there, but it will have the null value. That's it. And later we will assign the value to this one. Okay. So first thing is over. Okay. I am working with listen. I am working with only Spring REST controller, not a front end. I have completed model. Okay. Anyhow, user is going to handle the request. Controller is going to handle the request. So I need to create the controller. Okay. Where is controller? This is a controller. It's a REST controller. REST controller, the usage is directly it will give the response. Okay. No need to worry about view or anything. It will give the response. Not only for response, it will, it will evaluate the request of the client. Then it will give the response. I need to create the controller. What is the name of the controller? We can see the document. Okay, so yeah, actually this is the controller. Okay, so I will create controller or here it's we are working with the repo. One interface. We are working with the database. Anyhow, we need to get the help of JPA repository. What is the real usage of JPA repository? Yesterday I told about the Spring Data JPA. Whenever you're working with that MySQL, create or update or delete any kind of operations. Previously we are working with the manually, but this time I'm going to give this complete responsibility to JPA. So I want to create one interface. In this interface, I want to implement predefined JPA industry. JPA repository. So I want to create one, JPA repo. The name of the repo is item repository. Okay. I will create this interface. Okay. Then we will create controller. Okay. Fine. Very slowly only I'm doing because of, sorry, this is interface. It's not a matter of how many programs we have executed. For me, even if it is a small program, everything has to be understood by, audience. That is the only thing. Don't mistake me. That's what I'm doing very slowly, very, very slowly. Okay, fine. I have created one interface. Then I click finish. Yeah. But this interface, I need to get the help of whom? Okay, I need to get the help of JPA repository. So if you see here in this document, I need to get the help of JPA repository. So just I will copy. Okay. Okay, then I will explain now. What is that? Okay. Okay, what is the meaning of this one? Nothing. Actually, JPA repository will be there. It's a predefined thing. I'm getting the help. So I want to work with the database. I'm going to insert some, object. For what class? I need to inform. For item class, what is the primary key? My primary key is, what is the primary key? Here, the primary key data type is ID is the primary key. What is the real data type of this primary key? It's a long integer. Okay. So I need to inform like this. Okay. But still we are getting error because of I'm not importing anything, supporting things. Okay. So, I have to click here, then control space. Okay. Without control space, each and every time you need to write import. Now it's okay, fine. Two part is over there. So I have created model and repo. Repo nothing but mainly used for working with the MySQL DB. Okay, fine. What about controller? Okay, we can create controller. So anyhow, it's a REST controller because of I don't want to create any JSP pages or anything. There is lot of config. Here I want to return all the object like a JSON format, for user is giving or I am going to give anything, it's a JSON. So I need to get the help of REST controller. Okay, so I want to create one controller. Controller, nothing but it's a controller class. Okay. Yeah, this is actually name of this particular thing is item controller. I will create a normal class only. So new and class. Okay. So just I will copy. This is a class name. Okay. I'm creating. But I need to mention this is the REST controller. So actually you can use this particular annotation. Yesterday I told you. So this is the main hero. Actually REST controller is the person, okay, mainly for making, handling all the API, whatever API is coming from the UI. So he is a person, okay. So REST controller I have connected. Then I will keep the, get the code, okay, fine. So don't think that this is a small code only, but later when you are developing the project, so much of code, very very big code will come. Sometimes people will think that how you can write, then why do you copy? Listen, okay, if you are muckupping or if you are how can I say, we can make a cut copy. It's not a matter, but the thing is any problem, any kind of problem occur, any modification, anytime we should be ready with the modification. It's not a matter of what kind of things you are doing. Okay, when you work with the core Java, you can write, but here it's in a bit of because of so much of annotation will be there, so much of config will be there. That's what I'm doing. Because of okay, yeah, I will copy here. I will paste. But if I will explain everything. Okay, here this request mapping annotation yesterday I have used. It's mainly for so whenever user is asking the request or user want to get something from the server, this is the annotation we need to use. Okay, so what kind of request? Anyhow, the request whatever any request from the user, it will come with the URL / API items. Okay, so I need to add corresponding header files. What is class origin? I will tell. So first I will import all the libraries. I mean all the thing. And auto word. Yesterday Jay Rother told that what is the real usage of auto word. Here I'm going to work with the repository. I have created one interface. So I need to get inject one object. Okay, that's what I have used the auto word with the item repo. Still I have not created. Oh, I have created. Okay. But this is a get item. I told that in this project there is no very big level service logic. When you compile this project, table will be created manually. I'm going to add some data, but later by using this get mapping, actually REST controller will get the data from okay database. Fine. So and list also showing the error because of I'm not creating importing, so I need to import. So I have clicked. This is a list actually which will comes under util package. When you work with the collection, you know very well what is that. Okay, it's asking me to insert. I missed the one thing. So you can click Control Shift S. Okay, fine. I will explain. I have imported all the corresponding whatever annotation I am using. I have imported corresponding header importing header files. Okay, fine. What is class origin? This is a very important line. Class origin nothing but this particular controller. If you see, actually this is a REST controller. The role of this REST controller is here not only for making the user handling the user request. First it has to be connect with the React. It has to be connect with the Axios inside the React. So this time from this port it will from this port it will connect with this port. It will fetch some content from here. Okay, so that's what I need to mention. Actually I need to mention. Okay, what is the mention? Nothing but here I'm working with the Spring, but later whenever I'm working with the React, this is the port. Your origin may be differ. Now you are working with localhost 9000, but later your origin will be differ. Okay, you have to work with the React also. That's what I have added. Sometime this particular controller will fetch the content from this particular URL. This particular port with the local host mainly for React. Okay, UI part. That's what I have mentioned. Okay, fine. What is that REST controller? What is the role of REST controller? Everything, whatever data, it will return as a JSON data. Okay, So when you work with the REST controller, yesterday so much of things I have done. Here I have mentioned that web in a folder like this, so many things, but no need. Okay. And also here also I have mentioned, just I was writing so many files like, JSP something, something. Just you can throw everything because of instead of working with the JSP, here we are using, UAE React. Okay. But the thing is that the default port is, 8080. But here I want to work with the port, okay, 900. From yesterday onwards, I'm working the same port only. So I'm giving my port for my backend. Okay, that's it. Okay, what are all the details? Not only for port, I'm going to work with the MySQL also. So I need to inform, MySQL detail also. What is the database? What database? What is the username and password? So simply you can fetch from the previous things. Okay, so I want to take from this file. Yeah, from this file. So just I will take. No need this locking. Just you can take from here. Okay, so okay, then I will, after that, I will change the database name and port everything. Okay. These are all the previous project database, but this time, I need to create a separate database. Okay. So you can give the name item DB2. Okay. Something I have given item DB2. There is no database I need to create. Okay. Yeah, fine. It's a URL, it's a username password for database config. Okay. So another very important thing is, here I'm not going to write any, query for MySQL. My, Spring Boot is a responsible. Actually, JP is a responsible person. He's going to, create the table. Already table is there. It will update. If it is not there in the table in the database, it will create newly. When he creating the table, he will use query in MySQL. That's what I'm using this dialect. Okay, fine. Okay, now you will close everything. Okay, fine. Yeah. Sometime you will get the confusions. Okay, fine. Okay, sir, you have created item controller, and item repo. Okay, everything you have created. Application properties also you have created, and you can check with the PALM file. Okay, so PALM file, if you see, when we creating the project earliest, so I have given it's a web project MySQL. That's it. Apart from this web and MySQL, I was not adding any dependencies. Okay, so when I add the web also, Tomcat will be there. You know very well about this one. Okay, now I need to run. Okay, I need to run. Okay, I will explain this code. What is the entity? Entity nothing but I'm telling to JPA, hey man, this is a class. You have to create a table by using this class. Then automatically it will create the table like name, item. It will create the primary key ID. Okay, whenever a user is entering data, primary key will be generated automatically. Okay, the table column will be two column will be there, ID and name. Okay, so later when the user is working with the UI, he will send the data. Sometime any manipulation will happen. So I need to use getter and setter method. That's it. Okay. Now this is the time we can run. Okay. So here, if you see here, I have completed this part. Okay. I have completed this part. The thing is, still I didn't create any database. I need to create the database. But anyhow, I have completed this first box. Okay. Now we can create the database. What is the name of this database? So you can go for this particular application properties. Item DB2. Okay, item DB2. So I will take this name. I need to create one database. Only database, not table, because of table will be created by whom. So table will be created by JPA. Yeah, fine. How to create the database? This is a command. Create database. Okay. I will give in the name of this particular database. That's it. I have created. I want to use this particular database now. Yes, my backend is going to, write some table here. I mean, backend mean my JPA. When I compile this program, JPA will write the table here. Okay. Before that, I will check there is no table for your confirmations. Okay, fine. It's really happening. Yesterday it's happened. Once again, we will do the magic. Okay, I will close. So okay, I told that in Spring Boot, whatever application you are creating, everything will be considered as a standalone. It's a normal Java file only because of this main will, call one method run automatically. It will do all the config and it will run the proper, content. Okay, I want to run. Okay, you can select anything, Java or a Spring Boot up. Okay, maybe if you are having any error, it will throw the error. If you are not having the error, it will write properly. I think we didn't have any error. Can you able to see? Actually, even I am working with the JPA. The JPA, inside the JPA, it will use the Hibernate. Okay, because of I have created item classes, but the same table also it's created item with the name same property. You know, whatever field here. If you see here, actually we have two field ID and name. So the table is created. Okay, how will you confirm that? You can see the console whether it's a table is created. Yeah, table is created. After I see this one, not only this one. Okay, your server is working properly or not. Okay, how will you confirm that? Okay, when you see this last line, you can make a confirmation. Yes, my server started properly without any you know problem. Okay, which port it's running? Okay, the port number is 9000. Okay, so 9000. Okay, fine. Now, okay, we have created. Okay, so but in this particular controller, actually, I will make one this particular URL API in the Postman or in the browser. Okay, I need to get some item. Okay, so what I will do, I will open the browser for your understanding. Okay, so till now, are you clear with the content, guys? Are you there? All are there, I know. So yeah. Okay, it will be very, very, because of why I'm telling, in my college, what I will do, I mean, college for any, when I work with the corporate, what I will do, if I'm a Java developer, some person will give the, details about Python or any other thingy, we will play, we were playing, actually, that is wrong because of, I got clear idea. Whatever domain you are learning, logic will be the same. If you take one for loop or if loop, logic will be the same. Okay. I can say 2 plus 2, 4, 2 plus 2, 4 in Tamil. Yesterday I told that logic will be the same. So for me, I'm following the same thing. Whenever any person is giving this particular, thing, I will listen very carefully because of logic will be the same. Okay. So that's what that is my kind request. Okay. You know, because of yesterday, Jitendra told that, sir, I am comparing with the Janko. Janko also we are using this controller all the thing. I like that one. So that's what I'm telling. So, okay, fine. Thank you, Jitendra. Yeah. Normally, when we, group of students will be there, 2 hours I will not speak with the technical. Sometime I will take some time for refreshment. But here you are all, so it's not a good idea to talk casually. That's what I'm talking with some story. Fine. We can go for the topic now. Yeah, I have created, sir. Then how will you fetch the data? So before fetching, normally I advise you just see the application properties file. Because of ALS, when we work with the Spring, so many XML file, but here only one file. The name of the file is application.properties. You can write the port, localhost. My machine is the server. My machine is the UA. My machine is the server. So for backend, I'm using this port. That's it. Okay, you can write directly. Then after confirm with the port, you can see the URL because of you want to call, you want to execute this method. Okay, you want to call the controller will execute this method. So you need to give request mapping, nothing but whatever you are making the request will start by slash API items. That is the meaning. Mapping the URL to controller. Okay, fine. Now I want to make the request. Before that, I will copy here. Yeah. So I will give here the so local host 9000 only I was used. So yeah. Okay, can you able to see? We got a response like square. Okay, but the meaning is we are not having any records. That's what we are getting the square. Can you tell me what is square? Why it's written like a square? Anyone? Actually, it's a returning one square. If you are having the data inside the square, we can see the record. What is a normal? Why it's returning like a square? Anyone can tell? Because of we are working with the REST controller, the real nature of the REST controller is whenever getting the response or request from the user, it will use one format. What format? What format, guys? Default. One format actually. in Spring, we are doing like, constructor property, we are assigning the value, but here it will be very easy. I will tell. Whenever you interact with the controller, REST controller always will return JSON format. JSON is a common proper architecture for data handling. Okay. So when we are working with the internet or web development, the data will transfer from UI to backend, or backend within the backend, it will, it will go to the different components. How it will happen? So directly, it's not possible to send the Java object. I need to convert in, I need to give other form. So JSON format. JSON format, it will convert our Java object into the square. Okay. Now, okay, once I give this database, database record, you will understand the real things. Okay, I will insert the value. Okay. So first I want to confirm that whether it's a table is created. Okay, so tables, yeah. Yes, I have created the table. I didn't write any MySQL query, but JPA has created this table. What is the structure? I want to see the structure. ITM. Yes, ID and name. This ID actually no need to create. It will be incremented. Automatically whenever a user is giving the record, it will be incremented. Okay. I want to give the record. Okay. So because of for inserting the record, I didn't write any code in my controller. For getting the records from the DB only I have written. So insert into, what is the table name? Item. Yeah. Here actually we have two field, but I'm going to give only one field because the primary key will be generated automatically. Okay. Values. What is the values in this particular thing? This table will contain group of item. I want to enter one item like TV something. Yeah. I don't know. I have written, we have a query. Okay, but I will try. Yeah, I think query is correct. We have inserted, I will insert another one, so TV or any name. I don't know what is the name. Yeah, bike I will give. So another one item bike, and another one item is, car. Okay, another one item is, so washing machine. Yeah, fine. Okay, you can confirm that whether it's created. Select star from. Okay, what is the name of the table? Item. Yes. Okay. JPA has created the table. JPA is not inserting because we didn't write any logic in the controller. Manually, I have inserted because of the motto of this program is need to get the data from the server to UA. Okay, UA will display this data. But before that, I need to test my my backend is working fine or not. Okay. Now, what I will do, okay, here you can see the empty things, but what I told, whenever you work with the modification, whenever you work with the Spring Boot, if you do any modification, you need to, relaunch your application. So I will, okay, if I relaunch once again, I need to enter. Okay, so that's a problem. I think, just a minute. If I insert a dev, dependency, no need. So if I am not inserting, okay, no problem. Okay, no problem. So I will stop and I will run. Okay, fine. Where is my application? This is my application. So before that, I need to stop. Okay. Yeah. Now think that I have inserted the table. We have a table. Okay. We have a table. So okay. Now I will check. Okay, I didn't close. Okay, I will check whether it's coming or not. It's a loading, but I know I think I have terminated. Okay, no problem, no problem. Don't worry. The thing is actually I want to restart. Okay, so nothing. No need to worry. I want to restart. Okay, so once again I'm going to. I forget. So I have created the code. I want to restart. Once again, it's a table is created. Okay, this time it's a table is updated. Whatever I field inserted, nothing will be there. Okay, leave it. So now if you see here, nothing data will be there. Okay, so not, oh, already will be there. Okay, fine. So because of it's updated, now I want to see here. Actually, after I restarting, actually it will fetch the content from the table. Can you able to see, guys? I can get the content from my DB. It's interesting, man. Actually, it's very interesting. Can you able to see? Anyone? So because of because of how it's happening. Thank you. Because of how it's happening, manually I have created the table. Manually I have created the records. But when I restart the content, the REST controller will update the table. Whatever record I have created, it will fetch. Now I can say that we have successfully created backend. Okay, how to create the front end? Okay, the front end, I'm really very new, but thing is completely I was working for you, so Angular I know, but React also we have worked previously. I have worked, but I have done. Okay, so no matter, but we can confirm that actually if here I told that actually this is a JSON format. Okay, this is a JSON format. Not only for here, you can check with the same. If you paste the same API in the Postman also, you can see in Postman it will give the clear, how can I say, clear content. Okay, here also you can see in the one row, but when you work with the Postman, you can see the proper thing. Why I am not suggesting to browser only for getting the content, but Postman you can do all the things, create not only for getting, for posting through the browser. It's not possible to post something, but in Postman we can use different proverbs. Here these are all the HTTP verbs. Okay, you can use it, but here the mode of this particular program is getting something. So I want to select that verb get. So I want to copy the same thing. Yeah. So now the beauty is actually you can see anywhere. Okay, so I will copy here. Oh, sorry, here I will remove here. This is the previous project thing. I'm giving the API. Through the API only. Now from the Postman, I'm going to connect with the API. Which API? My backend API. Then if I give this URL, automatically my Spring REST controller, okay, this API will go here. This REST controller will take the responsibility. It will see whether a user is giving this particular API properly. Okay, then automatically it will, execute this particular method. Okay, it will execute this particular method, get all items. So it will connect with this item repository to find all nothing but it's a predefined method. It will fetch all the details. When the details, records are fetching, it will return like a list. That's what it's a written database. A written data type is the list. Okay, here I'm getting something from, I'm getting the content from the server. I'm connecting with the database, getting this. That's what I'm using the get mapping. Suppose if I'm inserting some object, we need to use post mapping. Okay. Okay, fine. So now you can see here. So if I click send, you can see the same content here. It will be, compare with the browser, it will be, funny things. So it will be very nice to see. So ID with a name. Okay. Bike, car, and everything. Okay, we have successfully completed this backend. So the thing is how to create that front end React. So so I will give another 5 minutes break because of I went for 5 minutes. So another 5 minutes break for you. 12:55 we will. Sorry, 12:15 we will join. We will start with the React. How to make a connection? We will complete. Okay, then we will finish. Till now, I hope whatever whatever I explained, whatever I delivered, whether it's a PPT or anything. So I hope you got a clear idea. Even if you are not getting any point or anything, please, give it to me. Surely I will help you. So we can go for the break. Yeah. So I will join with you, 12:15. It's okay. Okay for all, guys. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for the response. Yeah. I will. Yeah. I will stop my sharing and everything. So 12:15 I will join.